What's going on, team? It's your boy PR-ism checking back in with you to answer all of your questions and let you know whether or not the AJ31, aka the Air Jordan 31, is the ultimate basketball shoe right now. And what I can say, after a couple of games, I can say you definitely have a contender right here. Definitely superior to the Hyperdunk 2016 Elite that I had in the past with the Flyknit, the full Flyknit construction. This one, having the synthetic back and then having the Flyknit in front, we're talking about, as far as cushioning goes, we're talking about very comfortable. These shoes are extremely comfortable when tied up or when loose. When loose, you have a shoe that fits comfortably around the foot because of the way the fly woven is located in the front. However, when you tie it up, you get that great lockdown with the high ankle wrapped around that foot and around that lower part of the shin and instep, getting you locked in into the heel counter, which makes for an exceptional basketball shoe experience. The grip, definitely, I would say a 10 out of 10 on a clean court, but if you're on a dusty court, we're at 9 of 10. With the translucent outsoles, you are getting a little bit of dust that builds up at the bottom, and obviously if you wipe them back down, something that I tend to do when I'm playing, I just reach back and I wipe it off like that, and then all of a sudden I'm back to 10 out of 10 grip, even on a dusty court. The full-length air sole, while I'm at the bottom, we're talking about a great experience as far as the ride goes. Unlike the Hyperdunk 2016 Flyknit, the Elites, where we have a cushioning system that's set up full length similar to this one, but we get more of an absorption on the jump or prior to the elevation. With this one, we have a much more sturdy full-length air sole, which gives me more of a recoil with the jump. So I had a really great time attacking the basket with this particular model of shoe as opposed to the other shoe that I reviewed previously. As far as the materials go, we got a synthetic leather in the back, not a real leather. So it's not going to be that premium leather that you're used to seeing like on a 12 Jordan or some of the previous models to that. This is a synthetic leather, which looks great. And we have an embroidered Air Jordan symbol right here with the wings and the basketball. You'll notice right there on the front, if you can tell. I don't know if we can get focused there. But with that being said, this is more of a performance review than a lifestyle, kind of a swag shoe review. So one thing that I wanted to say about this as far as design goes. Design, I'm gonna give this a 9 out of 10. Not because they paid homage to the Air Jordan 1 and they kind of went back as far as the form factor a little bit with the Nike switch. That is something I actually can appreciate, to be perfectly honest with you. In fact, when I first saw some of the shoe pictures coming out online, I was like, this can't be possible. When have we seen a Jordan symbol and a Nike swoosh simultaneously since the 1? Well, it is the 31. But right now, one of the things that I had a little bit of a problem with as far as the design is gonna be right at the Achilles. I got a little bit of a hot spot on the Achilles. Why? Because what we have is, outside of the synthetic leather here, you're gonna have an inner booty made out of nylon, which then wraps around, and then you have some nice nodules that wrap around on the inside of the foot, right by the ankle and under the ankle. Those nodules actually work great to keep the shoe locked in and snug around the ankle, the skinny part of the ankle, but this part here rolls up a little bit too high, and it kind of gave me a little bit of friction on the back of my Nike socks, right in the back of that Achilles tendon. That's one of the things that I felt. I dealt with it as I played, but ultimately, I had a great time playing in these shoes today. One of the things that I had a little bit of a concern with regarding this particular model of shoe is that when I got on court, I had them unlaced, meaning not tied up. And I was getting a little bit of movement back and forth on the shoe bed from the toe to the heel. And my left toe kind of pressed up into the front part of the shoe, and that was my first concern. Then my nephew Nate said, you know what, why don't you just tie them up? And I said, you know what, you're absolutely right. So what I did was, I tied them up, and all of a sudden, I had that superior lockdown around the instep and the forefoot, and I always tie my basketball shoes up to the top lacelet so I can feel what they were supposed to feel like when they're actually tied up for performance. And I gotta say, these shoes, even though they look a little bit more boot-like because of the way their design is in the rear, kind of has that big, fat, boot-looking ankle section, it did wrap around really well and kind of give me a good snug fit. So it's not necessarily like a pillow as far as the fit goes, but it's definitely close as far as the way you feel with the cushioning, but it's not as bulky when you actually tie it up. So I did appreciate that kind of wrap around the ankle with the inner booty, but since the rear portion rides a little high over on the back part of the ankle, you do get a little bit of rub in on that Achilles tendon. So that's the only thing that I can say as far as the overall design. It was just regarding the comfort level. But as far as the actual performance of the shoe, I didn't have any problem doing any cuts. I didn't have any problems doing any jumping. And of course, as far as reactions, people were not really familiar. Ironically today, when I stepped out on court, there were only about 2 people that actually paid notice and said, ooh, let me see what they look like on foot. So with that being said, there's still a lot of people, based on the fact that this is the release date on this particular model of Jordan. A lot of times people follow release dates on retros, but not on the newer releases. In other words, the performance basketball Jordan brand shoe. So when I saw people stepping up and asking about them, I know that there was a very few people that actually knew that this shoe released today, which is pretty neat. So I get to introduce it on court. I was the first one today to actually have a pair. So definitely go get yours. Would I refer this to you? Would I recommend the Jordan 31? I would definitely say we have a contender for the top spot. Definitely in 2016, this takes the top spot. Right now, I'm telling you, lacing system, lockdown, cushioning, grip, comfort. We're talking about an overall winner right here. This shoe, as far as a basketball competitive shoe, phenomenal. You want to wear it with shorts and socks, you know, and have a sport look, phenomenal. I tried it on with denim today. I gotta tell you, they look fresh even with denim. So I'm gonna be using them on court primarily and with sport apparel, just to be perfectly honest with you. But these, yeah, as far as style goes, you can get away with a lot of different types of flavors rocking these AJ 31s. So definitely an overall winner. I'd say that we need to take a little bit more time to figure out whether or not this shoe could contend with the 28, the 29 Jordan model. The Jordan model had the complete fly woven material, and you had the unlocked airsole as opposed to the full length airsole, the full length Zoom that we have here. So I think I still need a couple more days of hooping in this particular model of basketball shoe before I can honestly tell you whether or not it's gonna take that spot. But the way this patent, this synthetic leather transitions on into this fly woven material, and after you tie that thing up and you get that nice form factor around the foot, this is gonna actually adjust to you and your own individual foot. True to size, definitely I'll suggest a true to size. You might feel a little snug at first in the front of the toe, but you're definitely gonna get a winner here as far as when you finish actually playing in it and you fill that out, you're gonna feel that break in, and it's gonna be, man, like a glove. Enjoy your AJ 31s. It's your boy Prism signing off. Hopefully I could give you some information that you'll find perhaps beneficial as far as whether or not you should cop yourself a pair of AJ 31s. I would say thumbs up, go for it. This is a winner right now. 2016, best basketball shoe, no doubt.